Alright guys, so welcome back. Today I'm going to be making some peanut drops, peanut cake some people may call them. So I got some fresh raw peanuts, some brown sugar, some freshly grated ginger, some vanilla, some cinnamon sticks, and roughly 4 cups of water. So without further ado guys, let's dive right into it. Alright guys, we're going to start by bringing our water to a boil. And if you notice, I'm using a shallow pan. Feel free to use a deeper pan. I'm just using this one because this is probably the best non-stick pan I have right now. So we're gonna come back when our water start boiling, start making our peanut cakes. Alright guys, seems like our water is boiling, and it is. So we're gonna start by adding our cinnamon sticks and our peanuts. Alright, and once you add those, you will find that it's a bit calmer. The water stopped boiling, that's fine. Alright, that's now going to go to add our ginger. I'm just going to add everything. Our vanilla. Oh yeah, I already smell this. And some people will add nutmeg, cinnamon powder, but I think to how long this is going to be cooking, once you got the sticks, you will get all the flavor from the sticks. So this is going to be going for at least 45 minutes. But like everything else, it depends on if you're using electric stove, gas, it all depends. So I'll say keep an eye on it. Alright, now let's not forget our sugar. And this seems like a lot of sugar, and that's because it is. It's a very sweet, you'll call this a dessert in Jamaica. It's a very sweet product. So yes, so the sugar content is very high. So you know, I was telling you, if you're watching a diet or if you can't have sugar, then this may not be for you guys. But for all of those who can, this one is going to be a good one. So we're just going to cover them. Well, you don't have to cover it, but let's speed up the process. And then I'll come back when it's time to check on them again. Alright guys, so now make sure that you're consistently stirring the sides, because that's where the crystals are going to be forming first. So make sure you're using a wooden spoon also. Please don't use iron or metal. Make sure it's wooden or plastic, also just wooden, because the plastic will melt. This is going to get extremely hot. You guys don't know how sugar is when it gets hot. Just continue to rotate. We know we're close to being ready, but it's always good to just go in there and keep everybody moving around. We're just going to let all this liquid evaporate. And then the sticky substance we're left with, going to join the peanuts together. Oh yeah, this one is going to be good. Alright guys, so you see that now, the water is starting to get darker, it's starting to get thicker, the bubbles are starting to get bigger, meaning it's more covered in bubbles. You got all the bubbles now, so you're getting there. Just keep stirring, remember scraping the edges, and keep incorporating everything. Alright guys, so now we're almost getting there. Now you could actually see the consistency, and it's getting thicker and thicker. So now we're just going to keep going. We're almost there guys. We're just past the halfway stage. We're getting there. If you could see, I'll remove the cinnamon stick off camera. Yeah, at this stage you could go and remove the cinnamon sticks. You could leave them in there all the way, but again, I don't want it to be overpowering with the flavor from cinnamon. So I'll remove those. Just keep getting the sides down. Remember, you don't stop getting the sides down. Alright. Eventually what's going to happen is going to take a bigger spoon when we're ready. I'm just going to place this on a wax paper or a banana leaf if you have one, and let them cool. Then we'll be ready. Alright guys, so when you're at this consistency, you go ahead and you kill your fire. Remove this from the heat. Alright, so remove this from the heat. Get your surface that you're going to be plating on ready. This is non-stick, so that's good. If you don't have something like this, you could use parchment paper, foil paper, wax paper, grease paper. But keep this moving, being that you kill the heat. You don't want it to start sticking, right? And then now, you know, you're going to go ahead now and use this bigger spoon, because whatever size spoon you use, that's going to be the shape or the size of your cake. So I'm going to use a little bit bigger spoon than this one for this part. Okay. Alright guys, so now we're going to go ahead real quick, use a quick stir. You know, when we start forming, make one like that, and then go. Grab another batch real quick, and put it on top. He's going to repeat that process.